Hello, everybody. Yeah, get that dancing going on. Yeah, exactly.
Music. Oh, yeah. That's a nice little head bob music.
Oh, man. I that's what I do at the end when we dance our way on it. I'm really with it. Doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
How's
everybody doing tonight?
Music. Well, go sweating like crazy. It's like 94 degrees.
I know.
What's the heat index there?
Well, I think that is the heat index. I'd have to pull it up. Hold on. Because it was fine the other day, and it's brutal today. Let's see. 92 feels like 93, and this is like, 90 feels like 99.
Woohoo!
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at 84. Feels like 97.
Nice.
But it's also really humid because of all the corn. It's starting to dry out a little bit, so it's releasing all the water. Plus all the storms for like the next week. It's like, man, it's humid, it's sticky, it's thick air. It's no fun.
Oh, yeah. No. It's like
that's how it's been here for last few days. Now, today, first day, we've had some relief with the humidity. I mean, it's still hot. It's like 87 or something. But you want to know what? Now, at least it's not humid. I can breathe. Heaven forbid. Old guy. Words. Anyway.
Yeah.
An old guy who can't breathe.
No, and it sucks because it rained this morning and it feels like 100 right now.
Oh.
So
yeah, so you got that humidity kind of like I do.
Yeah, it's nice and sticky.
Yeah. You walk outside and you just feel like your clothes are sticking to you. You're like, oh boy, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, gotta love it. We got people rolling in from the get-go today.
Say some shout outs there. We got Donato Cabrera in the house. Welcome. All Set is in the house. Let's see. Yeah, yes. Yeah, these guys are already going back and forth, blowing it all up. I love it. And we got a bunch of lurkers out there. Welcome to you as well. You know the drill. I just had it up on the screen. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Make sure you subscribe to all of us, by the way. We're everywhere tonight. As always, 3 different YouTube channels, 3 different Twitter channels, some Patreon. We got some Odyssey, Facebook. We got it all going on tonight. So, Facebook actually worked tonight. So there you go.
Wow.
Usually it crashes as we're going live, but not tonight. So we'll take the win.
Facebook likes you today.
Yeah. Today it likes me. There you go. Time to burn the roof down, BC.
Yeah, we missed BC last week, so we're glad that he's back and feeling healthy again.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was dead to the world last week. I got no sleep and I was feeling terrible. And then I woke up I think 40 minutes before we were supposed to go live. And I was like, look, bros, I can't make it. And then fell back asleep before you guys even went live.
It's all right, man. It's all right. We covered it. Hey, listen, Badel did all the heavy lifting. I was just along for the ride.
Oh, so it was more like a Crypto on the Rocks show then.
I mean, if you're going to listen to what CCM said, then sure. I don't think I really said that much, but
yeah.
Oh man,
I also don't quite remember last Monday night. So
you actually did good. You were outside. Remember, you had that nice cool background thing going with the trees and stuff.
I moved 45 degrees. There's more trees, but
It was cool. It was
Missed
cool.
out on a change of scenery.
Exactly. It's always nice. Always nice. But we're here for those of you who are new here. We are here every Monday night, pretty much 7 p.m. on Eastern time zone, and we talk about a bunch of crypto topics. And honestly, we go well beyond the crypto topics, as we're going to do tonight. But we will we'll actually talk a few crypto things tonight. We're gonna talk about the Clarity Act that wasn't. We're gonna talk about Ethereum. What else are we talking about tonight that's going on? Oh my goodness, how could I forget about ColdCard? Oh my goodness. Yeah, for the Bitcoin maxis out there. And so we got a bunch of crypto tonight. And we'll talk Trump too, because we like kicking the orange man sometimes. But anyway, so that's what we got. BC, I'll tell you what, bud. Whenever you're ready, let's kick it off, because we got some stuff.
Well, the story I was going to kick it off with is no longer there.
What?
Yeah. So apparently they removed the article between the time that I shared it and now. So
okay, then.
I guess we won't talk about 1971. And okay then. Well, they did not. They didn't want a nice shoe-in story.
Well, I mean, we've had issues like that where they'll change the subject after we went live, and then I'll get like a strike or an X on it, and I talk to CCM about it. He's like, "Yep, they do this crap all the time," and I'm like, "Okay, well, just never gotten a strike before, but."
Yeah, I don't. They changed they got rid of the article. So,
okay, well,
so much for talking about how inflation is awesome, and someone in 1971 is living better on minimum wage than a person is living on minimum wage now. So I guess we go straight to the Clarity Act.
There you go.
Let's get that one all pulled up. So after a Clarity Act funeral, the crypto world would keep turning. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. If the crypto industry's Digital Asset Market Clarity Act fizzles in the U.S. Senate, the results may not be fatal, but it's a heavy blow. The legislation has hit a wall, and the odds of it breaking through get slimmer by the moment. So a new law may not arrive this year to clearly define the distinctions among crypto securities, commodities, and other assets, nor who is responsible for overseeing the companies that handle them. And the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission may not get the explicit authority to govern the commodity trading in which the bulk of crypto changes hands. Before the contentious debate over stablecoin yield, illicit finance, and the crypto ethics of government officials threatened to blow up the Clarity Act. The market's oversight questions were the effort's core aims. Being unable to put the CFTC in place to supervise the trading of tokens such as Bitcoin and Ethereum means a serious chasm in the U.S. Oversight Authority, though the Derivatives Regulatory and its sister agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, have sought to bandage some of the gaps and will have room to take matters into their own hands if Congress doesn't act. That's what's likely to be the primary answer in the absence of a crypto law. The crypto-friendly SEC and the CFTC continue to hatch position statements and direct their existing authorities towards granting crypto businesses the powers they need for now. Some crypto insiders have begun privately shrugging off the potential clarity loss, arguing that the industry doesn't require a bespoke law to keep operating in the U.S., despite the warning that crypto companies and developers will move offshore in the absence of legislation. So, kind of a nothing burger of a news story, it's like I've said, crypto doesn't need the government to get involved to still continue to be crypto. lo and behold, that it seems like some of these crypto companies have wised up and realized that they don't need government permission to be a crypto company.
Yep. And yeah. Bottom line is, the only thing that does, the law, is give the authority of oversight within the jurisdiction. And you want to know what? Like you said, who cares? If you're a developer, okay, maybe you care because you don't want to end up like Tornado Cash, or whatever other developer they've gone after. Library. I mean, there's a prime example of an excellent chain, super use case, and they just destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? It's sad about that. My personal, matter of fact, I meant to put a poll up and I forgot all about it because I wanted to see what everybody thinks. Matter of fact, please share in the comments. I'm curious. And if you're watching this on the replay, share it in the comments there. Do you think that this Clarity Act, because again, they have the opportunity to do it when they come back from break, to put this back on the table and make it happen. Do you think it's going to happen? My say is, yeah, put a fork in it. It's done. What do you guys think?
Oh, I would definitely agree. It's done for now. It's probably not going to happen under this administration.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, it's not a pressing issue. There's a whole lot bigger problems to solve over who gets to regulate the crypto industry and things like that. We've seen what the government's tried to do with things like Monero, and it didn't matter. So even if you try to regulate, it might not do anything to regulate the industry anyway. I mean, they've been able to go after specific people in the industry, like you spoke out with Tornado or Library. But when it comes to actually regulating a single blockchain, your lack of teeth.
1,000%. What was it? I just had another question I want to throw out there, and it just left my head. Again, old man. All right, Badel, make me look like I know what I'm talking about. Back me up here, buddy.
I mean, I feel the Clarity Act may come back, redesigned, restructured, probably even renamed, because I feel because it has currency in the name, I feel the government is going to try to get some taxes off of it. And I feel like they're looking at it as like a loss of income to them because it's another revenue source of them to collect taxes on. I mean, for years, I've mined Bitcoin and I bought items with Bitcoin, and there's really no taxes. There's fees through exchanges and whatnot, but there's no taxes paid to the government. And I feel like, that's what they're trying to get is to tax
but there's capital gains. There's capital gains. And Army Piper in the house. Welcome, man. Appreciate you being here. But they get capital gains, or in theory, there's capital gains. And the other thing I was going to ask, and this was, not ask, kind of, I guess, put out there. One of the stumbling blocks with this Clarity Act has been ethics, right? Because they're basically trying to stuff it to Orange Man because he's basically raking it in with crypto. But it's like, okay, in my opinion, start with an overall ethics bill that covers everything. Because, okay, maybe Orange Man is making it in the crypto space, but you want to know what? Everybody else, including him, is making it in the stock market. So, don't play off like that's not a thing, So you want to put ethics, put an entire ethics bill together that makes sense for the entire industry. Yes, you always have to claim it in order to get those. Yes, exactly.
Army Piper hasn't heard that much about me then, so.
Mine Bitcoin is income, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I don't do mining anymore. I've always claimed it anyway.
I feel like if you run maybe a medium to large scale Bitcoin mining facility and you're using that to sell it just to pay the bills and pay employees, well, then you're probably going to be taxed on the selling and you're also taxed on paying the employees. But if you just mine it and hodl it,
That's
okay, I get what you're saying. It's called capital gains, but
no, that's income. That is money that you earn. That's
Right.
what he's saying. It's like taxed as income.
Right.
So even if you don't sell it, the acquisition of the Bitcoin through mining is a taxable event.
Yeah, because he's saying it's income. The capital gains piece is like if you go buy Bitcoin, you hodl it. There's no capital gains until you do something with
yeah,
it.
but
Okay.
I mean, at the same time,
You lose
also
possession of it until you lose possession.
yeah, but at the same time, if you mine Bitcoin and you hodl it, you're still liable for the capital gains, though, right?
No, because you didn't do anything to create a capital gain event.
This is
You got an income. If you mined it, you got the income piece.
Mhm.
You pay that tax and then you hodl it. You did nothing with your Bitcoin. You didn't trade it.
Yeah.
You didn't lose possession of it. That's that.
This is,
Or at
this
least
is why
as it
he
comes
avoids
up.
taxes. The CCM, this is why he avoids the whole tax thing. Yeah. This man gets it. He's so
Exactly. I was trying to put it up when you did. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's just in my state, you get taxed on everything. I mean, like, I'm surprised they don't tax me every time I sit down on the toilet because my phone records it. You know, like
eventually, you know,
That's coming.
eats
Coming
flush.
soon to a state near you.
Yeah.
I mean,
eats
they were
flush.
trying to tax dead people. Like, there was a death tax proposed in my state, and it's like,
Mhm.
how
Death
much
tax
tax are
already
we willing
exists
to
in my
pay
state,
until we
right.
just stand up and say, you know what? No, enough is enough. Like, we'll pay like 50%. Let's meet in the middle somewhere. Like,
See, but the whole point of crypto is part of this, you know, where it's like, okay, pry it out of my cold, dead hands. If you want it that bad, pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
Exactly. And what Army Piper said, this is what I'm saying. Holding it
Mhm.
is not a capital gains thing.
Yeah.
You didn't,
But, like,
you did nothing with it.
But he's skipping the whole first part, where it's like he didn't do the whole income part. And he's like, it's just tax free. You know, there's no taxes for now, and it's like, you know, but I do agree with the sentiment where it's like, I don't think we should be taxed on the income. If you want to tax me spending it, go ahead. You know, a different kind of thing. We're all used to kind of like you go buy something at the store, you're paying a little bit of a
Sales tax or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But like at the same time, it's like I shouldn't be taxed when I get my money. The business shouldn't be taxed on paying me my money. The business is already taxed on getting the money. Like everyone's taxed 5 times when they touch their money. Like one is enough. And Bitcoin was kind of a way to exit the system. And that's why I don't think that, like, that's a big part of why I don't think we really need the Clarity Act. We didn't need the Genius Act. We don't need any of that to still be crypto. The government would like that for us to still be crypto. But at the end of the day, if you can't enforce it because this dude over here in India made this blockchain and you have no teeth to shut them down, good luck shutting them down.
Wait, what's Piper saying here? Only difference is that you mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you run it like a business, exactly. I think we're agreeing. We're just saying it differently.
But at the end of the day, still, it's come and get it. If you really want it, come and get it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
But I think Army Piper's looking at it more as a business perspective, which, you know, is more than understandable. But there's also that home miner that probably doesn't write off the electric. He may write off the cost of the miner, but he doesn't know all that much, you know, and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We are by no means is this financial
or tax advice. Yes. Yes.
Do not do what Badel does.
Hell, don't do what any of us do. I'm just saying right there, you know. Again,
it is always highly advised to pay the tax man because the tax man will come for his money. Yeah.
There you go. Exactly what he said. See, I'm not gonna read that because then it'll get monetized 20 minutes into the stream. I'm hopeful for Badel at this point, so I might make it all the way through here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, trust me, I used to Army Piper. I used to write everything off, like part of the mortgage, part of the rent, part of the bills.
I mean, you should. Why give them more than they really
take
need?
every legal deduction you can take. Absolutely.
Well, I went from that to where I'm at now, and I'm like, whatever.
You know, that's why I just look at people and shake my head when they sit there. Oh, these millionaires don't pay taxes, dude. They pay more taxes than you. They just know how to take every possible loophole on the planet as part of their deductions in order to minimize their, you know, need to pay. It's like you can't, you know, hate them for knowing the system and playing the system the way it's meant to be played. Just saying.
Yeah, the whole thing where Trump gave out his tax return and they were like, he barely paid any this year. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, they had a nice real estate deduction for that year.
Yep.
Lo and behold, weird concept here, but you know, Trump owns real estate, and that's the majority of what he does. You know, so yeah, there was a lot of write-offs there. So,
there you go, and then like you say right here, and from this statement, sorry, and he's saying in write-offs, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Wick is in the house. Welcome. We're gonna not say that either because demonetized. Yeah. But let's keep on going here.
Hey, that's just more taxes you gotta pay. Screw monetization.
Well, did you hear they're changing the entire monetization on YouTube? I literally was reading about it today. I'm like, it was hurting my head. I'm like, I don't even want to. Basically, everybody who's not a Mr. Beast type person is probably going to take it hard with regard to this. So anyway, but not trying to derail us over there or start swearing or anything.
Well, I can get us back on the rails here with our Ethereum story.
Yes, please. Because he's telling me I don't got the nerve. If this was crypto on the rocks, I'd have all the planner. But that you know, little things. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So, new Ethereum proposal would cut issuance to zero if staked ETH reaches 112 billion. Ethereum rewards and developers have proposed gradually burning more validators' rewards as staking rises. The burn would hit 100% once roughly 60.25 million Ethereum, about half of the total supply, is staked, driving net issuance to zero and potentially strengthening ETH's long-term scarcity and valuation by limiting further dilution of existing holders. Staking is how ETH secures itself. Holders lock up Ethereum and run software that validates transactions, and the network pays them for it by creating new Ethereum. Those participants are validators, and that newly created ETH is the reward. Burning means destroying coins permanently rather than paying them out. Every 6.4 minutes, at the close of what Ethereum calls an epoch, a fraction of each validator's rewards is deducted and destroyed rather than redirected elsewhere, with that fraction rising nearly linearly to 100% as staking approaches the saturation point. Validators would still be paid the same way for doing the same work, and they keep all of the transaction fees and tips they earn from the building blocks. Only the newly created Ethereum gets burned. The deduction from the validator's reward arrives slowly, phasing in over 18 months, with about 6 months before that while the upgrade ships. So roughly 2 years to adjust. Here's the current schedule, and then this would be the new epoch. So about 50% here, whereas in it would have hit, oh, like you would have to get well over 100% before you're really at a substantial burn rate there. So it's kind of an interesting concept. It would kind of keep things more scarce, thereby allowing Ethereum to kind of mess with its own pricing. It's an interesting concept here to kind of boost scarcity without really hurting too much of the rest of the network. You're not having to go back and mess with anyone. What you're doing is you're keeping the Ethereum from ever reaching the supply. So you still stuck with the same amount once we get to a certain staking level of Ethereum.
See, I get that, and I'm with you. It's interesting. I like the sound of it to a certain degree, but it seems to me like it would. This is meant. If you read through the articles, right? This is meant to like supposedly help to decentralize some of like these validators, right? To get more decentralization in there. But it seems to me like it would have the opposite effect, unless, I mean, guys, tell me, and in the chat, tell me if I'm missing something here. But it would seem to me like once it gets there, it would de-incentivize smaller stakers, that are, don't have as much ETH, they don't have as much, control in it. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, what's the point at that point? Because, goose egg.
But you're still getting, it's like a Bitcoin miner. You're still getting the transaction fees and rewards. So there's still some money coming in, but it avoids the fact of some big validator just getting 32 more ETH from validating an epoch and then getting another validator. So it's like just stacking validator on validator.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing it right.
But then also, as the price of your Ethereum would be rising, then now it's kind of an incentive for some of these validators to release some of their Ethereum back into the wild.
Okay.
Whereas in now the smaller validator would have more an incentive to hold on to it because, it's going to continue to rise in price because it's more scarce now. And I have this nice little 32 batch of Ethereum that I'm using to validate. I'm not getting a certain amount of Ethereum each time, but I am getting fees and things like that, giving me some money for keeping to hold on. But at a certain point, they're going to have a nice little cost benefit where it would be more of an incentive for them to unstake their Ethereum and then sell it. The same way that these big batch validators are. You're more likely to release some of your validators and kind of have less of a squeeze on the network if you're no longer just getting a bunch of Ethereum that would allow you to be a multi-validator.
But if they release the Ethereum, that would allow them to sell it then, correct?
Yes.
So then if they sell it, that's going to drive the price down. Which kind of is the opposite effect. That's why Ethereum, when they first went to POS, they had that lockup period for what, like 2 or 3 years?
Yes, but at the same time, this would be an incentive for them to unlock it so that they can keep some of their validators that would also get Ethereum. You see what I mean? If you reach a certain threshold of which there is 50% of your supply is locked up, you now no longer get Ethereum as a reward. It is just getting burned.
Yep. I see what you're saying. And Dave Digital in the house, and yes, DF.
I'm the same way. I've said it probably 2 years ago. I'm not a big fan of ETH. So it's like I don't really want to talk about it, but you know what? It's a topic because they're changing what they're doing yet again. So it's a topic to talk about, and it's like, Grant, I don't like ETH, but I mean, like when they went to POS, they wanted all these validators. You had to have, what was it, 32 or 64 ETH, just to create it, and then it was locked up for like 2 or 3 years, and then I'm sure. No, I don't know, but I'm gonna take a quick stab at it. I bet some of those people that staked originally still can unstake. And now they're proposing this. So then these people that lost half their money, if not more than 50% of their money, can unstake it and sell it and just walk away, because that's why they were like, when they were releasing the proof of stake tokens, they were doing it in small batches because they didn't want to hurt the value of Ethereum at the time. But it's like every time people were unable to unstake, they would sell instantly, because what? You're already down 50%. Oh, I'm going to wait for the next batch of stakers to get released, and then they're going to sell, and the price is going to drop even lower. Like, I might as well just sell now. And I feel like they put it in there to make money, and by the time they were able to sell, they probably were down 50%, maybe 20%.
And then Dave's got this analogy. So you're still coming to work. You can use our computer, you can use our legal pads, and you can borrow, and that's supposed to be a pen, but we're not going to pay you anymore.
Here's the thing, though, is like they have the choice on whether they get paid or not. All they have to do is unstake their Ethereum and keep the threshold below 50%. That's all they have to do.
Yeah.
If you keep that threshold of staked ETH below 50%, you will still get paid Ethereum rewards with new Ethereum. But if you go over that threshold of 50% of Ethereum staked, then you have now screwed your own pooch. And you have this with a lot of large validators. They're getting large amounts of Ethereum for validating rewards, and then they're just opening up new validators to just keep this going, which is what part of that
giving themselves more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the main arguments behind proof of stake. You know what I'm saying? That you just keep compounding those rewards. That's one of the main arguments for drawbacks on proof of stake. And Jesse in the house, welcome, bud. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. What's Dave saying? They already get that, so what doesn't even count against you? Why can you take away money from me because I already get money from somewhere else? I'm not sure I understand what he means.
No, I think he was talking about they already get the rewards, because I was talking about they still get the transaction fees and all of that. But what they're trying to do here is combat the people that are massive validators, they might be validating so many transactions, and each epoch they're getting over 32 Ethereum, and then just making a new validator.
Yep.
And then just using all of their validations to create new validators, which then exponentially get them validators. So they're now trying to nip that in the bud, making it easier for someone that is smaller to get a validator and be a validator.
It's always drama with Ethereum, I feel. Like every time they
it's a different
change
concept.
rules or implement a rule, or they, what was it, EIP 1559, I think it was, like, that was a huge thing of when they were going to go to POS, when all the miners were like making good money, and then they weren't going to go to POS, and like a lot of people were against it for like certain reasons, whatever. But they still went ahead and did it. And now they're trying to take that rule, cut it in half, because now they want under 50% validators. It seems like.
Well, I mean,
because they were decentralized and they wanted to go to centralized, and everybody called them out for being centralized. Now they're going, oh well, we'll stick to like 47 to 49% because then we won't be centralized. So it's like they're just changing the rules as
But also,
opposed
here's
to
the
goes in
here's the
air.
other thing. If all of the Ethereum in existence is staked to earn rewards, Ethereum is worthless.
Yes, that's also true. And Dave, you're not wrong. Hence we have ETC. Hence we have a whole bunch of
ETC is the real Ethereum, and you can't prove me wrong.
No, there you go.
It's the original Ethereum.
Yep, there you go.
If you mined
don't
Ethereum
know.
back in the day, you may have held on to it, or you probably converted it to Bitcoin or some other crypto because you were like, "Hey, it's making me money, but I don't want to hold it."
Unless you're Shuby, he's holding it. But anyway.
No, he's got the original Ethereum.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying like after the fork, like ETH Ethereum.
Yeah. ETH is the second Ethereum. ETC
Correct.
is the original.
Yes, ETC is the original. Correct.
Yeah.
That is.
Come on, DD. Use your AI on that. You should know that.
And obviously Jesse's feeling the whole ETH. There you go. Garbagio. But there you go. All right. I think we've beat the ETH story pretty much to death, but it'll be interesting to see. So we'll stick with it. We'll keep you up to date as things are happening with ETH, because there's a lot of things happening with ETH. But anyway,
I will say this is the one reason that Ethereum is the pick of traditional finance, is because they actively manage their network, and if they're seeing results that they don't like, they will try to rejigger the game, which is what traditional finance is all about.
And who likes traditional finance?
I'm not saying that anyone does.
Well,
but,
let's be clear. A lot of people in this crypto space have come to like traditional finance because they keep trying to inject it into crypto. But again, that's a crypto on the rocks conversation, because I'm going to start swearing. Anyway.
Hey, we got a topic for Friday.
There you go, right?
We probably said it a few times, like, oh, this is a crypto on the rocks subject. Well,
God.
now you're going to lead us into Friday, not me.
Hey. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. All right, BC, what do you say? Let's kick over to the next thing, because we got more stuff coming here.
Oh yeah. Let me get to my notes on it. So maybe I didn't have notes on this one. Okay. So Mastercard completes BVNK acquisition to expand stablecoin payments infrastructure. Just another person trying to dip their toes into the pool that is fees. And that's the reason that everyone and their mama is talking about making a stable coin or managing stablecoin networks. So Mastercard has completed its acquisition of stablecoin infrastructure firm BVNK to advance its ability to connect crypto assets and traditional payment rails. In a statement released Monday, Mastercard said it will leverage BVNK's technology and expertise to help financial institutions, fintechs, and enterprises scale use cases involving stablecoins and tokenized assets. Those use cases include business-to-business payments, payouts, settlement, and treasury flows. While Mastercard did not disclose the final financial terms of the deal, it said in March that it agreed to acquire BVNK for up to $1.8 billion. The bloc has reached out to Mastercard for further information. In a multi-money world where fiat, stablecoins, and tokenized deposits and other forms of value coexist, the next payment paradigm will be defined by how effectively each rail, network, or form of money connects and works together, said Jorn Lambert, Chief Product Officer at Mastercard. I think this is it's kind of a big story, but also kind of a nothing burger.
agree, because there's how many others still doing the exact same thing. Visa, I think, already did it as well. I mean, and the price that they paid, I mean, because they were trying to make, in my opinion, in that article, making a big deal about the price, right? What was it, 1.8 billion in the last whatever? And at the end of the day, that's nothing.
No.
That's nothing from what they're going to gain by. They basically went from not having to build the infrastructure to buying the infrastructure. So all that is an investment on their part, in my opinion. You know, that's all it is.
Now, who here has heard of BVNX?
BVNK?
BVNK?
Yeah, BVNK.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I have.
I haven't.
Yeah, and Wick's wife in the house. See you in there. Welcome. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's just another move with the whole genius thing being behind us at this point. And you're right, BC. You led the story with the right tempo right there. It's all about the fees. They want the fees. They just show me the money. You know what I mean? And like I said, this 1.8 billion or whatever it ended up being that they won't disclose, it's going to be, a pittance.
Yeah, 1.8 is a drop in the bucket to get them their slice of the pie.
Exactly. And again, they don't have to continue to build it. All they got to do is maintain it now, right? And that's it. They basically walked through turnkey, and boom, it's ready to rock and roll. So yeah,
it's why. What was it? The wallet that we were talking about 2 weeks ago. That's why they're looking at making a stable.
Oh yeah.
It's why literally every crypto company that has the funds to do so is making a stable coin or having stable coin networks so that they can get their little slice of the pie.
Yeah, that piece of the pie. Yep.
It's like they may not be Circle, they may not be Tether, but they're gonna get them theirs.
Yep. And at this point, the government's helping to set the rails in place. You know what I mean? So why not take advantage of it? BC, how we started this out, and you were like, crypto don't need the government. Well, crypto as a whole doesn't need the government, but these people need the government. These visas, these Mastercards, all these players need the government to put this and here we go, almost in place to go and make them more money. So yeah.
Well, this is how the government has allowed for these fintech companies to be able to dip their toes into the crypto world, and then kind of set the pace of which all these other crypto companies are going to produce crypto. So instead of us focusing on, how do we make Bitcoin better? It's, how do I make a stablecoin network so that I can get bought by Mastercard, or so that I can be bought by PayPal, or so that I can be bought by Bank of America, or JP Morgan, or whoever. And it's really setting the tone for crypto, and it's why all we've really heard about since the Genius Act was passed is what new company in crypto is making stablecoin this or
stablecoin. Yep, absolutely, BC. And mic drop for BC right there. Boom. Yeah, absolutely.
We should make our own stable coins. Maybe one day it'll actually produce something.
Crypto doesn't need stable coins.
Right.
It never did.
No, it doesn't.
Surprise here. All it does is give old people, peace of mind. The people that don't really understand crypto, it gives them peace of mind because they can now attach it to a dollar amount. Well, my Bitcoin, instead of it being Bitcoin, I now have one stable coin that is worth one stable coin. Surprise, surprise, one Bitcoin is worth one Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what the dollar amount is.
Well, you're describing fungibility, and most people can't even pronounce that word, never mind know what it means. So anyway, I'm just
a lot of people just feel like $1 is worth $1, a $5 bill is worth $5, but it is per se, but I mean, it's really not. But.
No, I mean, listen, I see what you're saying, Dave. Like, you know, if you're an active trader and you want to move money into something that's gonna be stable for that period of time before you're gonna move it around, sure, I get it.
No.
And I'm old. I got you beat, but that's okay. Not that this is a contest, because I'm not looking to be the top dog for that. Anyway.
Depreciating assets are known to be the best spot to park your money.
Oh man.
Well, I actually just started converting some of my crypto into stable coins because I'm tired of seeing red every day. And I'm like, you know what? I've already lost enough. Like, let me throw it in
if you're going to redeploy it,
a little bit of interest and then wait for the market to go back up.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is one Bitcoin worth one Bitcoin? That's all I care about. Like, the dollar amount is just like an extra part of it. But one Bitcoin is equal to one Bitcoin. One Ethereum is equal to one Ethereum. One XRP is equal to one XRP. The dollar denotion of what it is worth is worthless to me, because the whole point of crypto was to not be in dollars.
Yes, exactly. And to answer your question, no, you can't eat the BTC unless you sell it, of course, and then you eat some. But I
don't think you're poor if you have one Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's also true. I was just gonna say, also true. Also true. But then again, I wouldn't be using Bitcoin to buy shit anyway. I'd be using Dash, but that's a whole nother. Oh, there you go, Juan. There you go. Here it is.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like 90% of the people value Bitcoin as the dollar amount. You're like in that 10% that says one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. Then somebody else is like, well, one Bitcoin is worth $64,000 when 6 months ago it was worth 140.
And this is why Bitcoin will never be money, because everyone denotes Bitcoin in dollar amounts.
Thank you. Yeah.
You cannot get Bitcoin to being a currency if everyone's thinking, well, Bitcoin's worth $64,000. No, one Bitcoin is worth one Bitcoin. Yes. And we set the value of what that Bitcoin is worth by having this whole exit from, your fiat system. But as long as these two are tangentially linked, then one Bitcoin will always be looked at for its dollar amount, and we will never go anywhere. As long as they're stable coins, we will never go any further in crypto than this funny internet money. Give me more fiat dollars.
I kind of feel that's where we're going back to, is the funny internet money, except for stable coins. Like, stable coins will be the...
See, but again, stable coins aren't really crypto.
It's not
back
crypto.
to the stable coin, not crypto.
But I mean, for like some of the newer people that are coming in and they're like, oh, I can buy this for $1 and it stays at $1. Like, oh, I'm invested in crypto now, because that's how like some people's mindset works.
Listen. If the stable coin is the what's the word I want? The gateway for somebody to get into crypto, okay, fine. As long as they realize that that's not where all the value is at. That's not where it's at. But if that's your means to start dipping your toes in the water, super. I
mean, like 2 years ago, maybe 2 years and a few months, we were talking about meme coins, and I made a bunch of money off of stupid meme coin. And fast forward a year ago, meme coins were just popping up all over. Rug pulls, people getting
still are.
People were either getting rich or going broke.
Oh, sorry.
Like there wasn't really a happy medium. Like, either you were making a bunch of money or you're losing a bunch of money. And now it's like, here we are back with a stablecoin scenario, and it's like, it's kind of like the Bitcoin cycle every 4 years. Guess what? Next year is probably going to be meme coins again. Yeah. Maybe in 3 years. And then the following year will be stable coins again. And it's like, it's just like a revolving door that. But we'll see.
And
Exactly. We gotta move on because we're almost an hour in here, and I don't even know. We're halfway through, maybe.
Yeah. We might have to save the last stories for next week.
My goodness,
the bar a little high here.
That's old news by next week.
Nah. I mean, it'll still be some of the bigger news. Because I'm pretty sure this next story might take a little while, especially with some of the comments we're going to get. So, it's not a good news week unless you talk about Trump. So, Trump media says 165 million Bitcoin transfer to crypto.com wasn't a sale. Let's get into this one. Wallets linked to Trump media transferred 2,628 Bitcoin worth about 165 million to crypto.com on Saturday across 2 on-chain transactions. The publicly tagged wallets now hold roughly 4,261 Bitcoin, about $268 million, nearly matching the 4,260.73 Bitcoin Trump media reported as collateral for its convertible notes on March 31st in its first quarter filing. A Trump media spokesperson told the block that the Bitcoin was transferred but not sold, matching the explanation for its similar transfer from May. Crypto wallets associated with the Trump Media and Technology Group, the company behind Truth Social, transferred the 165 million to crypto.com in 2 transactions. On-chain analytics firm Look On-Chain, which flagged the transfers in an ex-post, characterized the move as likely a sale. The on-chain data established only that the Bitcoin was moved to crypto.com, not that it was sold. Crypto.com is one of 2 custodians the firm chose when establishing its Bitcoin treasury strategy in May of 2025, alongside Anchorage Digital. The Trump media spokesperson told the block shortly after publication that the Bitcoin was transferred to crypto.com but not sold, matching the firm's explanation for a similar transfer in May. The transfers reduced the balance in the wallets publicly attributed to Trump media to roughly 4,261 Bitcoin, worth about 268 million, with Bitcoin trading near 63,000. That balance nearly matches the 4,260.73 Bitcoin Trump media said it was serving as collateral for its convertible notes as of March 31st. Though the closeness of the figures does not establish that the remaining tagged balance consists of the pledged collateral or that the addresses represent all of Trump media's current Bitcoin holdings. We are restricted from distributing or withdrawing this Bitcoin subject to meeting certain loan indenture requirements, with restrictions lifted no later than maturity of the convertible notes on May 29th, 2028. So it looks like they can't sell them.
Yeah, air quotes, yeah.
But as long as you can still match your holdings, it doesn't really matter whatever the asset is held in. Whether you're putting the Bitcoin up as collateral or not, if you're like, okay, well, we're just going to use these dollars as collateral, you can. I'm pretty sure they'd have to change their contract around on their convertible notes, but I don't know. It would be a weird time to sell your Bitcoin.
Yes. And if this is very likely some kind of collateralization. I mean, let's be honest, companies and people do it all the time. I mean, I've used my Bitcoin to collateralize for a dollar loan, right? And so it's not like this kind of stuff doesn't happen. So, to me, that makes a lot more sense. And when I was reading this, I was as I was going through it, I was kind of like, okay, I think this is bigger, or being made to be bigger news because it's Trump, and the fact that I'm sorry, he sold us a bill of goods coming in, and when I say us, I mean the crypto space, a bill of goods coming into office because he needed the support. And yeah, I'm very disappointed to say the least. But anyway, not want to get down that road. That's my thought process with this whole article. I think it is probably legitimately some kind of collateralization, but I don't know. And at this point, it's like, really.
They're not going to let them hold on to their collateral themselves, because then you're now saying, okay, well, we're going to let you use your house as collateral for something, but we're not going to hold the deed for you. So if you want to do some sketchy stuff and get rid of your house that was the collateral on this loan, you're now walking away with both things.
Yeah,
going to allow them to do this.
Yeah, we're not gonna let you FTX us. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically. No, I got you, and as well as it should be, right? I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, you can't let the fox guard the hen house, as they say.
I'm just surprised the Crow token, the Crypto.com token, has still been tanking even after all this news from like.
Well, but you see, to me, and that's what I'm saying, it's not really news-ish. I mean, he's already had partnerships with Crypto.com. And what was the other place? Coinbase, was it? I think. And so, like, in that essence, it's old news. And it would make sense that he would go to the people that he has relationships with in order to, and in my opinion, possibly some influence over, to say, hey, here, let's hold on to this collateral right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, you can also. I want to say trade Bitcoin on Crypto.com, because obviously you can. It's an exchange, but you can. I think it's like strike options is what they call it. Mm-hmm. Like you can put up X amount of Bitcoin, and it's almost like trading, but they call it strike options. Like you can bet whether this coin is going to go up or down in the next whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe they moved it to there, and then they hired somebody to trade it for them, or they just moved it there, and they're going to stake it and earn some yield off of it.
But I mean, they wouldn't be able to do any of this if it's collateral for a loan. That's the thing. That's what they're talking about. That's the whole reason they said it was moved. Was this is collateral for a loan, meaning that we now have to have a third-party institution custodying your Bitcoin as per the agreements of your loan. You put this in the hands of this banking institution of your choice. They chose one of two places. One of them was Crypto.com, and then the other one, I can't remember what the name was, but they are custodying this Bitcoin for them. And then in return, they are now getting dollars on their loan used for their convertible notes that they're selling, because they think that stable coins are more important than holding their Bitcoin is right now, which because of the laws that they've passed would probably be a wise bet, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right. They're creating the environment for it to be so. Mm-hmm. And you're not wrong. It is very common, Dave Digital, for that to happen. Like I said, even I've done it. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know what? I say we go for it. It will go over an hour, but we got to talk ColdCard. And the reasoning, my thought process behind that is because of Dave Digital's comment. It is kind of suspicious. It is suspicious. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, I don't know since I couldn't actually pull up the one article So, I mean, I don't know if you just want to have an open discussion on ColdCard instead, since the Bloomberg article. From
Yeah,
what
no,
had
that's
the most
fine. I
information.
mean, if you want to pull up any of the other ones, that's fine, or we can just basically talk about it. I mean, I got to believe that everybody who is here right now has already heard about the issue with ColdCard, which is a Bitcoin specific hardware wallet. Matter of fact, pretty long standing, all things being equal, and up until recently, well respected hardware wallet for Bitcoin. And you know, if you go back to listen to a lot of the Bitcoin maxis in the early days, and hell, even into like recent days, they were touting the fact that this should be the most secure wallet because you know, the fact of the matter is it's Bitcoin only, and they didn't let in all these other coins, poop coins, in order to you know, put in vulnerabilities into this wallet. Well, as Dave Digital's pointing out, this vulnerability has been around for a while, and all. And initially, it was only one set or two sets of cold cards that they said were affected. But the last thing I saw was all cold cards are affected with this. So the bottom line is, if you've got Bitcoin still on a cold card, link for Tangents in the description. I mean, listen, I'm you don't have to do Tangent, but get your Bitcoin off of the cold card. If you haven't, or you're just hearing about this for the first time, whatever the case may be. I mean, the advisory links are in the description. The advisory actually came out from CoinKite, which is the creator of Cold Card itself. And now, what part of this did you? Oh, affected. Okay, is this the latest one, or is this the one I gave you?
This is the latest one. So
okay,
MK1, all firmware released through 3.06, MK2 through version 3 2.2, MK2 version 4 through version 4.1.9, MK3 through version 3.22, MK3 same as the version MK2, MK4 production version 5.0 onward. Q, all production firmware. MK5, all production firmware. So, yeah.
Yeah. And yes, you know, Dave Digital's right. You know, you can generate your own seed phrase using types. And that was the issue. The random number generator was the issue. Only gave the equivalent of what was a 32-bit encryption, I think it was. So and hence the flaw. But most people, I'm going to go out on a limb here, even people who may have been in the space for a while, probably don't know how to do what you're talking about here, Dave. I'm just guessing. That's just a guess. And if I'm wrong, go ahead, plan base me in the live chat. And if you're watching on the replay in the comments, I'll take it. But again, find a wallet, a hardware wallet, because again, the cold card is meant to be cold storage, right? This is long-term HODL your Bitcoin kind of scenario. If you're going to do that, find a wallet that works for you, that you are comfortable with. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're smart enough, it's also extremely easy to make your own cold wallet.
I was about to say that. Yep, but go ahead. Yep, absolutely.
I mean, all you need is a hard drive. That's all these cold wallets are hard drives. And if you're smart enough to understand, basically, I mean, if you know how to mine and you can set up a miner, you can set up a cold wallet. No, it's not that hard. I did it myself. It's extremely easy. You might have to look into a few things. You'll be able to set up your own seed phrases, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, setting up your own cold wallet is pretty easy, and all you need is like a $10 hard drive.
Oh, look what David Digital's saying. He's planning to talk about this, it looks like, on this Simple Terms podcast this week. That's awesome. That is awesome. And listen, truth right here. If you have that kind of money, you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket, folks. I don't care what the wallet is. I don't care if you made it yourself. I don't care if you bought it from a reputable vendor. No. Spread out the risk. Spread out the risk. That is just good advice, good OPSEC. That it just is. You guys have
the same way that rich people don't keep all of their money in one bank account.
Yes, exactly right. That's a good example. Look at BC.
Well, I mean, certain banks only insure up to a certain amount.
No, but
they want to make sure that like their money is spread out.
No, that's the FDIC though. So that's why they'll have an account with JP Morgan, and they'll have an account with Bank of America, and they'll have an account with each of the big banks, because it allows them it allows for them to spread out their wealth, so if anything happens, they're not completely screwed, but it also gives you good standings with all of these banking institutions.
Yep. Hey, lad, appreciate you being here. And yeah, you're welcome. Listen, bottom line is, folks, protect yourself. If you got ColdCard, get your Bitcoin off that ColdCard and get it safe. I'm going to assume that people that are affected by this have probably heard the news and hopefully didn't lose their Bitcoin to any of these hackers that were delving into that. Man, what an episode today. I like it. And thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys keep this thing going. You really do. Did we miss anything, guys? Is there anything we need to finish up or wrap up, or we get it all?
Not that I can really think of, since our other story got
It got the axe. And it wasn't even us that axed it.
Yeah. That would have been a fun one too.
That's all right. Yeah, we get people right up. All right. Well, BC, now that your schedule is changing, anything the peeps need to know? Counter this, updates, anything like that?
I started talking with LBC today, and I also was talking to Piper about doing a show on the Piper Academy again. So probably more of an investor style show on the Piper Academy. I'm looking at 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Do a nice little Saturday at probably like 10 a.m. That way, still let the people sleep in, and, it's right when they're getting their coffee or after.
And Dave's finishing up.
Yep.
Dave's finishing up.
Yeah. So we'll see. I still got to talk with LBC about counter this episodes. So I think we might want to do one on Flock.
Oh my god! Yeah, and look, here it is. This guy, he's your guest. There you go.
That's what I brought up to him. I'm not sure how researched Badel is on Flock, but you might have to do a little bit of research for it if you want to come on and talk about it, because the laws and how you feel do not necessarily coincide on Flock.
Oh no, and I completely understand that, but the fact that since even last time we talked about Flock, and not say like my general area, but like the state north of me and 2 states east of me used the Flock cameras to track a guy. Then they used the tracking from the Flock cameras to get a search warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, it's a camera. Like, it's only supposed to be a license plate reader. Like, come on. Like, now you're getting search warrants based off of pictures from a camera from a third party company.
I tagged you in a bunch of things, Badel, on X, where
I hate X. I swear to God, every time you tag me, it says, okay, CCM tagged me at Crypto Badel. I click on it and it pulls up your profile. And I'm like, what did he tag me on? It makes no sense.
Because you're clicking my name, you got to actually just click in the thing and then scroll. It'll bring it up.
I've done everything, and I can't. It does not make sense to me. It's like, it's not as simple as Facebook. where it's like
We got
somebody tags you, you click on it, and it pulls it up, and it pulls up like, oh, so and so tagged you in this article. Okay, cool. Now it's like, oh, I got to click on this. I got to scroll all the way down, and don't even see my name, because whether it's there or whether it's not, I don't know. But it's like, I'm about ready to just delete X.
That's funny. Anyway, what I was saying was I tagged you in all these recent stories that have been coming out on things that are bad, that's going wrong with these flock cameras. But anyway,
sharing the link to me like through text or through like XIM or whatever they call it over there, DMs. I don't know, but
yeah, I'll
tags on X
do
not work for me at all.
Okay,
we're calling the wrong person old man interweb.
I know, right? Exactly. I work it. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll do that, Badel. So stay tuned, folks. You may get a nice counter this episode on flock cameras. And I'd say we talk about it again on Friday, but we've already been there. And then for me, listen, folks. I know we still got a bunch of people watching. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, myself and Crypto Jar have Osvaldo coming on to answer your questions about the latest DPIM project, Hollowave. I put a bunch of information out. If you're on X, there's a bunch of it there. If you check out the stream for tomorrow, there's all kinds of great information in the description. Go ahead and check that out. But make sure you come in live, because he's going to answer everybody's questions. It looks like a significant upgrade so far from like people are comparing it to oh my god, I forgot the name, that because I want it right now. I literally forgot the name. Jesus, that's gonna bother me. Jar, if you're out there, please help me out. Put it in the chat. But anyway, Hollowave tomorrow night, 6 p.m. for Matrix Money, and then of course Friday night for Crypto on the Rocks. But that is it. So hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys tomorrow night. All right, guys, I think we're good. I say we dance our way out. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. I shared the link to his show tomorrow in the chat.
Thank you.
So check it out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to dance our way out. We're back next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll see you then. Have a good week, everybody.
Night all.
Yeah. Screens glow. Timeline scream. Same fear, different day. Lock in. HODL the line. Don't blink, don't fold. Hands stay steady when the stories get old. Charts go wild, but the base is fine. Mindset, grind, a battle calm. BC breaking down the noise. Hold the line. Yeah, we ride that grind through the fear, through the foot, through the echo chamber signs. They panic, sell. We design the climb. HODL the line. Yeah. HODL the line. Old school charts in a new age storm. Seen cycles born, seen cycles torn. Zoomed out vision, long-term frame. While the feed chases candles, he studies the game. Macro whispers, history rhymes. Patience weaponized over time. No panic button, no rush to speak. Just facts stacking.